Guys, it's Josh here with Mike Moskol. He's our rod wrapper, TNR Tackle. I just wanted to ask him a few questions and kind of give you guys a little insight on what goes into a custom build. A lot of people call and they ask how much a custom rod's can be, and it totally varies depending on what components you want. So Mike's going to go over some components, the basics of a build, and then talk about some decorative wraps and some options. So Mike, what goes into you writing up a custom build? What are the main things that we're starting with?
We're going to start off with your blank. You should know what kind of blank you would want. If you have trouble figuring out that, tell me what you're looking for and I can point you in the right direction of the make and the model that you should go with. Secondly, we're going to go with the grips. Your grips can be any size you want. Any taper, I can turn them down to any form that you'd like. I can do foam, I can do cork, I can do split grips, I can do straight grips. From there, reel seat. Afterwards, we're going to head over and then we can select our guides. Normally, you can do any type of Fuji, Alkanite, SIC, hard alloy, aluminum oxide guide. And then afterwards, from there, we can take it to your wraps. Now you can be as creative.
Can I stop you there for a second? As far as blanks, what are the major types of blanks that are available on the market today?
The major type of blanks and the most popular that everybody's using now are your CalStars and your Phoenixes. And Tackle Industries is pretty popular. We've been using those as well lately. You can get a fiberglass rod, a graphite rod, so it all depends whether you're looking for something stiff and sensitive or you want a slow bend that a fiberglass rod would give you that would just bend all the way through the rod.
And the price ranges for like most blanks are?
Most blanks you're going to pay anywhere from $80 up, depending on the model and the company.
And then the next component probably be the reel seat and the grips, and those vary whether it's cork by the inch, or if they're doing foam, if they're doing aluminum reel seats or graphite reel seats. And then what about the guide sets? I mean, what do they run, and what are the most popular ones?
The guide sets, if you're going to do a cone of flight, which is basically that it tapers down levelly.
These are more for braid, right?
Yeah, you can fish braid on these. You can fish mono on these. It doesn't matter, whichever one you're comfortable fishing with. These guides will work with. So you can do a braid concept guide or concept running guides, which will basically step it from a large guide to something smaller, and then taper down so it chokes the line quicker. You get a longer cast.
Cool. So let's talk about the decorative wraps as part of the build. We'll start on this end. So this is a more economical wrap. It could come out really cool depending on your colors. What is this type of wrap? And
this is just your basic two-sided diamond wrap.
Mm-hmm. And why is it two-sided for the layman?
Two-sided. It's got top and bottom.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So that's your two-sided diamond there.
And then the step up, the more decorative one will be the
four-sided.
The four-sided.
So you'll have diamonds on all four sides of the rod. So you have the top of the rod, the bottom of the rod, and the two sides of the rod.
All right. So it's all around. And the next step up, which is more detail and probably a little more on the bill, would be the
solid four-sided.
The solid four sides.
So that's a totally closed out diamond where it looks like they're just floating.
Well, it looks like the diamond wraps are like floating. Okay, and then this one back here, this is an open.
So now this wrap here, this is actually a 9-box diamond. So you can see that there are 9 boxes inside each diamond. So it's just a little more intricate decorative wrap that you can get if you choose to go that route.
Okay, cool. And then the step up.
And step up from a 4-sided now, we're going to the 8-sided. So that's more work as well, but depending on the diameter of your blank, it looks pretty cool if it's something you're into and it's something you'd want to spend the extra money on doing.
And then switching to the chevrons. Chevrons is a different decorative style. All right, so another option for the base wraps would be the chevrons. So could you kind of walk me through these, Mike?
Yeah, basically it's the same thing as the diamonds, except chevrons are built just on the top or on the side. You can do a chevron going up the rod, or left or right, or back down towards the real seat. So you have your basic layout again as a 2-sided, a 4-sided, an 8-sided, and then an 8-sided solid chevron.
Okay, cool. So like in summary, if someone's going to come in and build a rod, you're basically going to offer them a choice of blanks, types of grips, a real seat, types of guides, and then the decorative part, which would be
your colors, your wraps, fish stickers, names. We can put it all on there for you and customize it to however you'd like. I would also advise you to do a little research if you don't know what you're looking for, and to get online and look at some blanks and see what might be good for you, or bend your friend's rods. Check them out. If you have a friend that you like what he's fishing with, find out what blank he's got, and we can order it for you and get it built.
Well, one thing that we did forget, but I wanted to mention, when you're building these and you are putting the guides on, other than the cost of the guides themselves, one thing that's part of the labor and part of the build that people forget about, and it looks simple, but it is part of the build, are the trims for the guides. So typically when you tie off a guide, I mean, what's a normal charge? And can you explain that process to me? Because I do get asked that a lot about decorative wraps around the guides.
Basically all your wraps on your guides, every time I pull the thread to tie off a trim, these are all individual tie-offs. So you have a tie-off, separate. It's all separate. So this is all $2 a tie-off every time the thread gets pulled.
All right, times the amount of guides.
The amount of guides. Same thing with the tip wrap. Now your base wraps range anywhere from $50 for a 2-sided diamond or chevron to $75 for the 4-sided diamond or chevron. 8-sided open diamond or chevron is $150, and a closed out solid diamond or chevron you're looking at around $200 or up. And we can also do special customized wrap, fish wraps, thunderbirds, all that stuff too, and that's around $200 as well for the wrap. So
basically what you're telling me is we build dreams here. One blank at a time.
One blank at a time.
All right, take care, guys. Thanks.